Blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back, yo, I'm black and I'm black.
Chill. Hey, y'all ain't know these shit ain't safe no more, fuck boy. No, they ain't safe, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking secret, nigga. Travel motherfucking die, nigga. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Mac Town, lace them up, put them on, nigga. Nigga, chill. Slick puller, what's happening, nigga? USDA, nigga. I'm here. Hey.
You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day.
Those guys our sponsor, they got a hard time doing work. But you got a different sort of malady. Yeah, it ain't the work, it's the letting go.
Your grandma's gonna worry.
You ain't my father.
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nimes YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we are back with another movie review, and we got Clean. As far as I know, this movie came out this year, 2022, as far as in January. I think it was supposed to come out last year, but I remember seeing this trailer, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this year. If it wasn't December, it was definitely last month in January or whatnot. But as far as this movie go, I was definitely looking forward to this. Like I said, this is one of them movies, as far as revenge movies. This one of them movies I always like. I'm a fan of these type of movies. Whether it ain't got to even be particular The Punisher or whatnot. I even like that first Punisher with Thomas Jane. But whether it's The Punisher, whether it's a movie like Taken from Liam Neeson, it's all type of revenge movies, man. I don't come up with names in them, but you got a lot of them, man. You got Sicario, you got it's a bunch of them. But I'm a fan of these particular revenge movies. One thing I will say is these stories can kind of get old. That's the only thing. It's just the way the stories are played out. Think of something like a John Wick, where you had this John's dog getting killed or whatnot, and you following John doing what he doing. But not only for you following him, but it's the way he doing what he doing, the way he taking people out, the headshots, what they call it, gun for or whatnot. That kept you engaged with that movie. Not only that, Keanu Reeves just gave that character so much more personality by being such a great assassin and the way he was playing that part or whatnot. Give or take, you get some of these revenge movies that at times they are more, I say, dramatized, where they trying to have this whole build up, character development or whatnot, and you had this whole thing where we came in here to see some revenge. We came in here to see the people get killed, get people, give or take, understand what I'm saying. But when you are a fan of these type of movies, you come in here for certain particular things in these type of movies. You come to see somebody getting revenge. You know they're going to take some heads off. You know they're going to do what they do. So when you get, don't get me wrong, I want to see some good character development. Think about movies like Man Apart with Vin Diesel. Even though I don't think that's one of the greatest revenge movies out there, but I feel like he was more tormented than anything, and other than him just trying to be out for revenge, he was more so torturing himself and making messes all around him. That's not how this movie is, but I'm just saying, for instance, giving you those examples of other revenge movies or whatnot. So, Clean. This movie is starring Adrien Brody, and like I said, just going off of this trailer, I was looking forward to this. Seeing Adrien Brody in this type of role, I ain't seen him in this type of role. If I'm not mistaken, never ain't seen him in this type of role. I know he don't have like those type of action movies or whatnot, but I'm not seeing him in this type of role where he's out for revenge. He out here got there with a sawed-off shotgun with a silencer on there, with like some shit off No Country for Old Men or something. So I was definitely looking forward to this, man. But this movie is called Clean, so let's get into the plot. A tormented rubbish man named Clean tries to live a quiet life of redemption, but when his good intentions make him the target of a local crime boss, he must soon reconcile with the violence of his past. Thing about Adrien Brody, man, that I really enjoy about this, like I said, Adrien Brody steps into this role like every other anti-hero, but that's the thing about it. He's able to make you indulge with his character. Like, he can play this role with his eyes closed. We all know that because Adrien Brody is a good actor. But that's the thing about it. It's like every other anti-hero with their past, and his monologues are very much Punisher and other revenge movies when somebody is trying to save somebody they care about or reminds them of somebody they lost. And he pretty much is in that situation where he having all these flashbacks, because I'm not going to get a movie away or anything, but he did lose somebody. And he lost him in pretty much in a very dramatic way. I ain't going to even say dramatic way, kind of brutal way too. But he is just tormented. He go through these nightmares every night, and that's what I'm saying. This movie is pretty much just showing this guy on a day-to-day basis, him working on cars or whatnot. And speaking of, it's like scenes in here where you see this guy working on cars. I'm like, is he a mechanic or something? But no, he doing garbage or whatnot. But I'm seeing him working on his car. But it's like, damn, nigga, there's something with his car, and it's like, well, do you not know what you do? Anyway, that's off the topic. It's just the movie pretty much to me has no differences than any other ones. It doesn't hit no different beats, just your same anti-hero going through bad nightmares, his past, dealing with trauma, what he has done. But not only what he has done, the repercussions of, I guess, things that he'll bring upon not only himself, but the people that he care about. But one thing, like I'm gonna keep saying, is ADRIENBRODY, who plays the name of the character Clean. Yeah, that's real creative. But I'm just saying, he plays the name of this character called Clean. And like I said, he's playing this role really good as far as being this tormented guy that's out here trying, you know what I'm saying, with these good intentions or whatnot. And that's where we get with the little girl named Deanda. I hope I'm saying her name right. Deanda, making sure I ain't too loud. Deanda is this little girl who reminds him of somebody that he really cared about, or he really cares about, and she reminds him of that person. So he pretty much goes out his way to make sure she pretty much getting home from school, to make sure she's not really hanging around really bad crowds, because whatever area they in is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, it's a bad neighborhood or whatnot. But he's pretty much that guy, you know what I'm saying, to look out for her, knowing because she doesn't really have parents looking out for her. If I'm not mistaken, it's her grandparent is looking out for her as far as her grandmother. Her grandmother works a lot, so she's not really around to really pay attention to things that's going on around her. So he's pretty much that guy. Like I said, she reminds him of somebody he cared about or cares about. So he is pretty much playing this role to put in this position to pretty much seem like he want to make sure she's staying out of harm's way pretty much. So like I said, this them beats that's hitting. You already know where I'm going with this. Come on, man. It's got some character development with ADRIENBRODY, like I said, leading up to what we all came to watch as far as the movie, for him killing a bunch of bad guys. I mean, because that's what we came here to watch. That's what the trailer is telling you. To me, this movie almost gives off something, especially when you in here watching it and you sitting here just waiting for things to go and whatever's going on. This movie kind of giving off that feeling of, have you ever seen Out of the Furnace with Christian Bale and Willie Harrelson? And it's like that was supposed to be some big revenge movie or whatnot, and you sitting here just watching Christian Bale go through all the stuff he went through in that movie. I ain't gonna say this is how this movie is with ADRIENBRODY, because one thing for sure is this movie got a way better action scenes than Out of the Furnace did. That's one thing I will say. But these action scenes don't stand out. It's just your common action scenes and your common guy coming in using what he got. If it's not a sledgehammer, he using what, a welt, he using some type of tool. He going around beating people's ass with it and crushing people's skulls in with it or whatnot. What I'm primarily saying is that it ain't in no type of style that we have not seen, especially watching movies like a John Wick or Punisher or all these other movies with all this other brutality as far as the revenge movies with killing and whatnot. But as far as Clean go, we have our villain. And I was trying to get to this guy, and like, he done been in some things, and he's a pretty good actor. He's not a bad actor at all, but the thing about it is, he is so unnoted. This nigga damn near is giving me Kingpin vibes in this movie. If you know what I'm talking about, Kingpin off the Spider-Man cartoon, and even Kingpin off the Spider-Man series, as far as, not Spider-Man series, but Kingpin off Daredevil on Netflix. And he throw a little bit of Tony Soprano in there, and that's pretty much who you got with this guy. That's who he is, and he is all over this shit as far as him playing this scene or whatnot. Shout out to the guy playing him, Glenn Flesher. Like I said, he done been in a couple things, and he's a good actor. But like I said, he's your typical crime boss, that mafia crime type boss. Like I said, a little bit of Tony Soprano and a whole lot of Kingpin, because he's one of those guys that likes to get physical, likes to show how brutal he is, and the film wants to make sure you know just how vicious this character Michael is. Like, he's insane. He is not no guy to be fooling with. But come on, once again, like I said, you know what it's leading to. But you pretty much got a situation where this guy Michael, his son has got out of jail, but his son is hanging with a whole different crowd, and it's like, yo, shout out to his son. His son played on White Boy Rick. I wish I had a picture of him, but it's almost like his son, the guy playing his son, and the character playing his son, and this guy's name is Richie Merritt, who plays Mikey. he pretty much stepped out of that movie White Boy Rick and stepped right into this and kept playing White Boy Rick. I'm telling you straight up. And if you seen him, if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. If you don't, be looking out for that scene. If you seen White Boy Rick, you know who I'm talking about. Like I said, I wish I had a picture of that character, but he is playing. This is his son, as far as Michael's son. And like I said, this is his father as far as Michael. And like I said, we get the big scene showing just how big and bad this guy is. But it's just the typical, stereotypical things as far as the lead up to why Adrien Brody's character Clean does what he does. Because you pretty much had a situation, and I thought at first that it was some type of relationship between, and I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it ain't, as far as with Michael and Clean, but you'll get that answer once you watch the movie. The whole thing about it is, once you start watching it, you actually don't matter if it is a relationship or not, because you're starting to understand, because you've seen it so many times. There's no way you're not watching this movie and be like, okay, I know exactly what's coming. I know exactly what's coming. And I'm not going to give nothing away, because maybe some people won't understand or won't know what's coming. They actually look forward to it. But like I said, me being honest, it's not one of the best movies. Like I said, it's some good acting in here. But like I said, it's a lot of one-noted things. It's a lot of stuff you done seen over and over and over, especially when it comes to revenge movies. With all that being said, I love this type of movies. And Adrien Brody is very much perfect for this role, but he just needed better writing. He needed a better story. And like I said, one movie in particular reminded me of was Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. You ever seen that? It's another revenge movie. It was directed by James Wan, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, like I said, nothing original, honestly. Not even really good for a rewatch, because it's so many movies that they're similar to that are kind of better. Like I said, I don't name some of them other movies that are better. But like I said, the whole thing, as far as the relationship between Adrien Brody's character Clean and Deanda, that was pretty straight, man, like I said. But it's typical, it's stereotypical as far as what you've already seen when you have these relationships with your anti-hero, and whether it's him in this relationship with a kid he's trying to save or help out of bad situations, whether this kid is a bad seed, he out here running around with the bad crowd or whatnot, or doing things and not listening to his parents, and then he get into a real bad situation, and then you know that person got to come in and try. Come on, you know what I'm saying, man. That's not me giving away the movie. Like I said, it's different things that happen in this movie, and it's different parts that play out. And you see certain things, and certain things I was like, even with those things where they try to pull the rug from under your feet, because there's certain little so-called surprises in this movie. I ain't really gonna call them surprises, but it's certain things that happen at the end where it's like, okay, I still kind of seen that coming too, especially the way you was treating them and acting towards them or whatnot. And you understand what I'm talking about, because it's a scene pertaining to Michael and his son, and it's towards the end. And like I said, you understand what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna give it away or nothing, but overall, I do enjoy Adrien Brody as far as what he tries to do with this role and playing this character Clean or whatnot. Like I said, though, it's just nothing new here. That's why it's not one of those movies I jumped into and was like, oh, this is good right here. And even when it got to those points, because I was like, okay, even if though I done seen all this, let's get to the revenge stuff. Let's see if they do something with that, where we get some scenes where it's like, oh, look at that. And it really didn't do that for me. I was just like, okay, I done seen this. It's some pretty good brutal scenes in here with Adrien Brody when he got the shotgun or whatnot. He got some pretty decent good scenes in there. Even when he got the I think it's a wrench that he using, and he just coming through just slinging that mother. I'm wondering why y'all guns at. This nigga's literally whooping y'all ass and killing y'all with a wrench, and ain't nobody here with no gun. Not saying that, like I said, I was rooting for Adrien Brody, but I was, but it's just like they got a lot of one-noted villains in here. All these little the inner city people or whatnot that they got in here or whatnot, they just stereotypical villains. The drug dealers, everybody just stereotypical. And that's one thing about the movie that is just, it's not enjoyable for you. And that's one thing about the story as far as the lead up to the revenge and everything that's going on, because if you're going to give us character development, you're going to go on to all of that before we get to the parts that we came in here to watch, then you need to have a good story behind all of this, because all of this is stuff you done seen. I mean, all of it, I'm telling you. But overall, man, I was looking forward to this. I ain't gonna front, because like I said, I like these type of movies, these revenge movies with this troubled anti-hero who's trying to get his stuff on together, who's trying to get himself off right, but then some people come through messing with him, you know, or messing with somebody he care about. I just did a top 5 revenge movies, so you know what I'm saying. I definitely was looking forward to this, but overall, it definitely was not good. It's not even really good for a rewatch. Like I said, I can go rewatch other revenge movies that's way better than this that I already watched over again before I rewatch this again. But other than that, man, like I said, I wouldn't tell you not to watch this. Like I said, it's not no bad movie at all. I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie, but it's just, you done seen it already, and I mean you done seen it for beat for beat, for note for note. Even when it gets to the whole revenge part of him killing people and doing what he doing, you done seen it. I'm telling you, it's got some good scenes. Don't get me wrong, it do have some good scenes, but you done seen them. Overall though, that was pretty much my opinion and my review of the new movie Clean, starring Adrien Brody. Like I said, it's one noted to me as far as the revenge story. You done heard this story, you done seen this story before. Y'all let me know though, if you haven't seen this, do you plan on checking this out? If you're a fan of Adrien Brody, and if you're a fan of just those revenge movies, if you haven't seen this, do you plan on checking it out? And if you have seen this, let me know in the comment section. Is it that same stereotypical revenge story that you've seen before? Everything going on, him doing what he doing as far as anti-hero and trying to save this person or maybe help this person and all of this and his backstory. Do you feel like it was that same stuff you've seen before? Let me know in the comment section. Or maybe you love this and it's just that type of movie that you enjoy, no matter if it is the same story. Let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. This is the road to 400 subs. Shout out to everybody who's been checking me out. I know as far as content, I have been kind of lackluster on my content, but like I said, it's been a busy week for me, so I've been having a lot of things going on, and I'm mainly saying this for people who've been newly subscribed to me and everybody who's been coming through looking for new videos and new content. Like I said, I got stuff on the way. I'm trying to work on some stuff. I'm working on some video game content too. Not only that, I'm doing movie reviews. Like I said, I'm doing this, and I got another movie review I'm supposed to be doing today. But other than that, like I said, I do appreciate everybody who has been taking the time to check me out. And we do have a new episode of Uncut Ish Talk Friday. If you're not familiar with that, that's the podcast I do every Friday. Definitely come through and check us out. Once again, shout out and I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel, who be watching the videos. I do appreciate it. We out.
You find a way to make peace with it, or it makes war with you.
What's up? We close.
I'm gonna have to open you up.
I don't feel comfortable unless I know I went above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, you know, charismatic and happy. Nah, I gotta make sure, you know, we setting up some type of wealth, because